Hello everyone, Coach Carol here with you today. I have another essential habit for family historians to share with you. Now, I'm no expert. I'm still learning, and I need help from those experts who abound on the internet. In particular, today I'm looking for help in writing family stories, not necessarily writing a whole family history book, but how to get help with just writing the one story about the one ancestor. So I've been doing some research today to find some of those experts and share with you the tips that they have. I'll share my screen with you as I've put them all together in a PowerPoint presentation for you today. And at the end, I will share with you some of those sites, and in Facebook, etc., and YouTube, where this is going live, I will add in the links to the sites that I have explored today. So today's session will give us 10 sites with 10 writing tips from experts. And this will help me write my stories about my ancestors and learn more about myself. I'm hoping they will help you too. There are so many helpful sites on the web for us family historians. My first tip today was to search for blog posts from the experts, and there are millions. I've picked up one today that was specifically about writing tips, and this one was on Family Search, and they provide for us 18 writing tips on how to tell personal and family stories with confidence. In reading through that, I thought that that was a really good site for people to dig into and learn those 18 writing tips. Doesn't take long to scroll through and read. Something will pop out of that for you, I'm sure. The second tip that I have for you is to find magazine articles. And I'm particularly fond of the Family Tree magazine articles. And this one resonated for me in my research. Because on this particular article, they give us 9 tips for getting started on writing your family history. They're fairly simple ideas, but they are well worth reading through because they'll give you ideas on how you can get started on writing your family history. Tip number 3 is my advice to subscribe to some of those family historians whom you do find when you do your own research. I've just picked one today that is gaining in popularity with many people, and this is from Genealogy Stories. And Natalie writes a blog and also runs many events that you can find out about on Twitter, and I'll mention that later on in this session. She also gives you the opportunity to have her articles come straight to your desktop via email if you subscribe to The Curious Descendants. I'm always on the lookout for those phrases that really make a lot of sense to me. And in this article, Natalie talks about how to go from boring to brilliant in family history writing. She had lots of great tips there. Well worth a look. Tip 4 is to find writing tips on YouTube. Again, there are millions of them, and I've just grown fond of those that I'm finding recently from the Family Fanatics History. And in listening to some of their tips on writing and how to avoid being boring, I quickly found that they resonated for me too. A link from one of their YouTube videos across to their site showed me that I could pick up a free guide, 5 steps to quickly write family histories. So another good reason to put family history fanatics on your list of experts to visit soon. Tip 5, this is going a bit larger. You may wish to enroll in a writing course. And the Family History Writing Studio is one that I've picked on today because there is a writing challenge coming up soon in February. And this is from Lynn Palomo, who is one of my favourite genealogists. And you may be interested in doing a full course with her. And you might want to join the Family History Writing Challenge. In there, you'll get lots of support. And that's one of the things that I really like about doing a course on writing family history, because you're joining with others and you're gaining support from them and sharing ideas with each other. Tip 6 is to follow genealogists on Twitter. And here again, I've linked across to Natalie's genealogy stories and found that there are some frequent interviews that she runs under the heading of Twice Removed. Now that was new to me, so that was a really good reason for putting this on my list of experts. And I'm keen to go back now and listen to that particular one from Nick Barrett, whom Natalie interviewed, about a spy in the family. Once you go into Twitter, of course, and you join one, you'll find many others. And my advice is to join those people whom others have joined. Follow is the right word in Twitter, and then you will receive notifications when they tweet about their genealogy. Tip number 7 is to view video tutorials from the family story experts. So we're heading back over to YouTube, and one that I re-listened to today was from the Barefoot genealogist, Krista Cowan, and she had some really great tips on why you should read great stories and listen to great storytellers to help you when telling your family stories. And she gives a few examples of books that you can read and sites you can go to listen and read great stories. So don't forget, there are many, many video tutorials from the family story experts on YouTube. Tip 8 is more about the bloggers. Again, this is the armchair genealogist, Lynn Palomo. It's a great idea to go and follow what they write and get their newsletters or blog posts sent directly to your email. And this one resonated for me today: how stories can save your genealogy. So follow family story writing experts wherever you can. Tip 9 is read a book. There are many fabulous books that you can purchase online. Some are quite cheap to purchase in ebook format, and others might be a little more expensive. But go and Google that. Put in the search term, what books should I read to write about family history, and see what you come up with. And these are just a few that I found today, some of which I have purchased and read, and others that I'm advising you to have a look at. In particular, you might want to look at the work of Carol Baxter, the history detective. And finally, tip 10 today was something very different in the way of writing stories. Not technology this time, but more scrapbooking and being more crafty in putting it together in an interesting way and displaying it in paper format rather than on screen. So I took a trip over to the Writers for Hire website, and right at the bottom of their particular message about writing family history stories was this one about a journal scrapbook. So that one struck me as being something I might like to explore. So there you are, 10 tips on getting help from the experts in writing your family stories. And of course, if you need more help from me, you can contact me at coachcarolonline.com. Thank you so much for listening today. This means I have completed 29 live casts in January, and tomorrow will be the final one. I've enjoyed the process of learning. I'm using StreamYard, which allows me to stream my live cast directly to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I'll be back tomorrow with my last live cast for January. Bye for now.